What if I told you guys you could have a dustless paint and rust removal system that rivals just about anything else you can get for about $40 right here in a regular garage just like I have. Today we're going to talk about my absolute favorite tool when it comes to prepping something like this for paint, and that's a needle scaler. So what exactly is a needle scaler? It's an air tool that I believe, and I could be completely wrong here, was basically created by the military, the Navy specifically, to help maintain and take care of rust on ships, in the ocean, because the salt hits them hard. So it's essentially like an air chisel, and this thing just goes up and down a million times, maybe a couple thousand beats per minute or something, and then there is usually like 18 or 20 needles up here, and they literally just dance on the surface and remove rust. I'm running I think this is like the 100 when I bought it a couple years ago. We'll see how much it is now. Harbor Freight version. They also make a mini one, which is pretty good. This one is a lot easier on your hands just because it's bigger. So let's give you guys a little demonstration. I've got this is the front axle of the tractor. It's kind of the last part I have to clean up. And let's just go through and scale a little bit of this and show you guys kind of how it works. Needle scalers kind of maybe have a little bit of a bad rap just because they are kind of hard on your body, but anyone that's really done some real sandblasting or anything like that knows that that's hard on your body too. The best thing that I have found is these anti-vibration gloves, so you can kind of see, they just look like the Michelin Man, and these really help dampen the vibrations. I use these for a ton of things, like if I'm swinging a big hammer or something. So I'll put a link to some of the safety stuff that I use and a needle scaler that'll probably get you there in the description below. But just, like anything, you want to make sure you're safe. My compressor really won't keep up with it. So I'll do probably 5 minutes, let the compressor recharge 5 minutes. And I'll just do that for, 4 or 5 times a day. And then that's it. And before you kind of know it, you're done with something like this. So take it easy. If you had a big needle scaler and a big compressor and you went a little too hard, you might feel it. I've definitely been there before, but it's just like anything else. I also just got this. This is a Chicago pneumatic, kind of like a mini needle scaler. So just if you're working underneath something, you can see this big Harbor Freight one. It's like literally twice the length. So this is kind of nice too. These use a lot less air too, so my compressor will keep up with this at like 5 CFM, whereas this one's maybe 7, so it's kind of intermittent. Word of caution though, even though these things are nice, it's a lot harder on your hands just because there's less mass here, there's less weight. It's just the old math equation, right? This one's going to have more of a dampening factor just because it's heavy. But this is good too. Harbor Freight used to make one of these for like $40 a clone. I can't find it now, so I'll drop a link to this in the description. This is a little more expensive, but I figured, the name brand is kind of nice. All right, discard everything I said about this Harbor Freight one. Yes, it's $100. It was on sale for $83. I was in there yesterday. It'll get you there. And they used to make a $40 one. Like I said, that was like this. This thing rips. This thing is awesome. It's higher beats per minute. My compressor can keep up with it. It'll waste way less air. It doesn't feel as hard on the hands as the little Harbor Freight one. So I will say, you get what you pay for needle scalers, apparently. And go ahead and say I told you so. I'm kind of being an idiot, but. This is the mess that we're dealing with. So when I tell you it's dustless, it really is dustless. The only thing you get is just paint chips, right? So it's really easy for us to kind of work in a regular garage like this, right? There's significantly less mess than it would be if you're sandblasting. And this is like ready for paint. So I'm gonna roll this out afterward. I'm gonna power wash it, and then we'll hit it with some like metal prep, and then I'll kind of etch it and get it good to go. And then this is gonna stick really well to paint. I've done this a lot. I've had zero issues with needle scaling and then painting, right? So the same thing would be said. This really wasn't that rusty, but the same thing would be said if you had a piece of rusty metal. I'll put a clip up here where I did some brake hubs from a trailer. Those things turned out great. So just to show you guys, to prove to you, I'm not blowing smoke up here, you know where. This is a real thing, and it's cheap, and it'll get you where you need to go. It's not the sexiest form of metal prep, and you're definitely gonna need to use some etching acid, which I'll add that to the link. I'm putting to basically a little store down below so you guys can have something to start with. But like I said, it's just the more and more I do stuff like this, the more and more I just find myself using it. I wish we all lived in a perfect world and we could have sandblasting, power washer sandblaster, dustless sandblasting setups in our backyard, but we just don't. I mean, I don't know what kind of world you guys are living in, but if I'm doing something like this, I'm probably already up against it with a budget and a needle scaler at, I got a $100 unit there and I already have an air compressor. That's gonna be a lot cheaper than me spending all kinds of money to get something dustless blasted, right? So thanks for watching, guys. I've obviously got a little bit of work ahead of me, but I'm kind of gaining on this thing. It's gonna look pretty cool. Give it a shot. Don't knock it till you try it. Once again, I'll put everything you guys need down below. Link you to an Amazon store. Other than that, go out and do some needle scaling. We all get where we need to go, right? Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.